evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? Let's get the lighting in. How's everyone doing? Welcome. I'm wearing my Patriots red, white, and blue tonight. Yes. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Welcome. Let's make sure that we are being streamed. I think I saw it on YouTube. Let's make sure. Good evening, Mr. Alvin Vassar and all the others who are watching. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767 Whitey Kubuli Tallest Habadi, the Commonwealth of Dominica, you call me Luku Boy. I'm from St. Luke's Parish, aka La Pointe, Point Michelle. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? I'm just double checking all my platforms to make sure everything is fine. And I think everything is fine because I like to double check and make sure everything is moving smoothly and correctly and sweetly and nicely and all that and everything is working fine. How are you beautiful people doing tonight, man? Let me copy that link and put it on my WhatsApp so that everybody can see what's going on tonight. I know my sister's going to be asking me, is the show on? This is one lady asked me, what do I do? Stop asking me what I do because I keep sending you the link and you're asking me, what do I do for work? So I'm going to show you tonight what I do for work. You can tune in. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you eat too much food? Did you have to go to the gym? You have to go to the gym and make up all the you have to go to the gym and not make up, but catch up on all lose some weight, all that food that you ate, right? All that food that you ate. It is what it is, man. But what can you do? I'm gonna send the link to a couple of people just so they have it and they know what's going on tonight. I want to make sure that they're looking. Some people are watching, some people are not watching. And then if I send you the link, you have no excuse not to participate. All right. And you're asking me all these different questions. But if I send you the link, you can watch. All right. So how's everybody doing? Let me go on my comment sections who's watching. Alvin Varsar, it was good to see you today, sir. I was seeing a client who lives next door to you. It was good to see you this afternoon. How is everybody doing? Is everyone doing well? I hope everyone's doing well. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you eat too much food? Folks, did you? Well, I don't know if you did. I'm going to try to wake up some people right now. Send the link to everybody. Wake them up. Do you need to go to the gym? Do you need to lose some weight? I doubt it. We're going to play our theme song in a moment, but I'm so excited. I had a great Thanksgiving. I went home to Boston, Massachusetts. Sad occasion and also good occasion. Oh, good evening, Peaches Goodwill. I just sent you the link, but I was trying to wake you up, but you on cue, man. You on cue. I sent you a text today about your, what we're talking about your business. So let me know if you did that. And everybody else, how are you? I'm trying to find my theme song, and that's because my computer was off. I didn't plug it in. So when I was ready to start the show, it was actually logged off. So I was like, oh no. But man, I had a great time in Boston. A friend of mine passed. So I went to the funeral. That was sad. She left two beautiful young daughters and a grandchild. Then I went to my other client's 75th birthday party. I posted some pictures about that. So you guys did see that. And what else? I'm trying to see. And then I went to my tailgate. My high school have a tailgate, right? Boston Tech, one of the best schools. Someone said a bosta. I just got a little text from someone, my old banker there from Dominica said I'm a bosta cacaches. And what that means, it's you know, it's kind of a term that we use endearingly to people. Bosta mean boast. Jamaicans say bossy. A Dominican say bosta cacaches. And you know what? I'm really not bosta cacaches, I'm not bossy, I'm actually very confident. And because I'm confident, I look like so imagine coming and watch my show and I'm dead. You wouldn't tune in again, would you? I wouldn't tune in. I wouldn't tune in if it was me. I'd be like, nah, this guy's boring. I'm not tuning in at all, at all, at all, at all. I'm actually going to send the link to, I'm going to say tune in. I'm going to say tune in. I'm going to give a shout out to this young lady up in Boston who's actually a licensed insurance rep. I'm trying to recruit her as well. I'm going to give you, let me say it right now. I'm going to give you a shout out. So come on. I do want him to come on because I am I'm on watching on Friday. Okay. Mr. Charles Robinson, how are you? I want to give watching on Facebook. Okay, all right, you're watching on Facebook. I'm going to give a shout out to someone who's watching right now in a minute. I'm going to give him the shout out. Actually, we had a very candid conversation today. Actually, we have a lot of common. I knew her brother back in the day. I knew people she went to school with. I know some of her friends, some of her cousins. She knows some of my schoolmates. But it's kind of funny. We've never met, but we're Facebook friends. And she's watching tonight. Miss Marie Jean-Pierre, sac passé, haïtien. All right. The Haitian posse, sac passé. Actually, she's African-American, born here, but don't tell her that because her parents are Haitian. She'll say she's Asian-American. But, I just want to give her a good shout out. She's very raw. When I say raw, I don't mean in a disrespectful way. I mean, she's very fair. And I love people like that because that's how I am. She's tell it like it is. She's she does great work in all the different counties up in Massachusetts. And we have a lot of commonalities. And I just want to tell her, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. I'm so glad you're watching tonight. And everybody else, Delphina Leblanc, sac passé, all the way in Ottawa, Canada. Charles Robinson, I think you're in Connecticut, right? And everybody else who's watching tonight, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to get my fingers ready so I can strum the guitar a little bit for you guys while we do our introduction. But I'm so excited. It's 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my show is entitled "Tis the Season." Tis the season, and I'll explain what that means. Some of you are thinking about Christmas, some of you are thinking about gifts, but I'm thinking of something different. It's a gift, but I'm thinking of something different because for Tuesdays with Terrence, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, come February 4th next year, it'll be 6 years. I've never missed a show. I only did one show in darkness and I didn't video anything. It was George Floyd. I think it was 2020, 2021, around that June, around that time when that happened. But I've been sick. I've done the show from New Hampshire, from Massachusetts, from Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania, where else? New York, Maryland, New Jersey. Have I done it in Pennsylvania? I don't know. Texas. Where else? Man, I'm licensed in 23 states, and I help clients all around the continental United States. But the important thing is that I make sure that I get out here every Tuesday at 7 o'clock and educate. What I do, I educate, I inform, I teach people how to eradicate debt. I pontificate. I do all the Kates. And that's what I do every Tuesday. I love it. But like I said, I was in Boston last 9, 10 days. That's where I grew up. For those of you who know, originally I'm from Dominica. And don't say Dominica because we get mad. Dominica. Utalmoma Marie Jean-Pierre. Dominica. All right. Ay, ay, ay. All right. All right. I love it. Well, Delphina Sagafet Muela, Muela, Muela. And the Haitians would say, Naboule, Naboule. So listen, folks, I'm so excited tonight. I have a great show in store for you. Especially if you have children, grandchildren, you have nieces, nephews, godchildren, all of those things. It's paramount that you listen to me tonight. And listen, my clientele are in the continental United States, but there's people in different countries who ask me advice all the time. They've asked me in Europe, in England, in Dominica, in Antigua, Barbados, Canada, Mexico. I'm trying to think where else people have asked me questions from. St. Lucia. Well, it's the United States, but St. Croix, St. Thomas, Puerto Rico is the United States, but you know what I mean. But France, I've gotten inquiries. But the important thing tonight, we're going to get started. Just before we start, though, let's see. Am I going to look markets? No, we're going to play our theme song. I wrote this song. I can't sing a lick. You all know that. But I got AI to sing it. And it's my theme song, and I'm really proud of it because it talks about the roots of my rise. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me, and that's what the song says. And it actually starts that way. Dominica made me. I think I might strum along. For some of you who have never seen me strum the guitar, first of all, I'm just strumming a little bit. I'm not that good, but I'm gonna strum a little bit. Get the guitar out. Let's see, get it out. Let's see. Is it there? No, it's over here, I think. Let's see. Is it over here? Oh man, I don't feel like strumming tonight. Maybe I'll strum it at the end of the show for you guys. I'll do it. I'll do it a little bit. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. So tell a friend. And I want to say welcome to Stacy Thomas, all the way in St. Martin. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. We have people watching from Canada, St. Martin, the U.S. Some people might be watching from different islands as well, Dominica and different places as well. So I'm really excited tonight. We're going to talk about "'Tis the Season." Is it the season to be jolly? I don't know. But let's get our theme song. And those of you who are going to hear my theme song for the first time, tell me what you think, okay? All right, here we go.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. Ow! So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
That's my theme song. It's talking about if you're from Boston, you know about the Commons and the Brownstones, it talks about Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. Most of my life was spent in Boston, Massachusetts, but I left over 20 years ago. And now the South sustains me. So for all of you who are watching tonight, welcome, welcome, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Again, my name is H. Terrence Bardui. The H is for Havis. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. But if you're from the 767, Whitey Kubuli, tall as her body, the Commonwealth of Dominica, and you're from St. Luke's Parish, Delphina is from St. Luke's Parish, a.k.a. La Pointe. You call me Luke Boy. That's for little boy. All right? So like I said, Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. How are you people doing tonight? Like I said, I'm wearing my Patriots because the New England Patriots are 11-2. We're on a 10-game winning streak. And for the last 5 years, we sucked. Literally sucked. All right? Brady left. They won a Super Bowl in Tampa, and we sucked. And this year, we're back on top. If you see my car, the back of the seat heads have Patriot stuff. I have 2 helmets in the back. I got a thing hanging, my license plate, everything Patriots. I have 2 blankets here. I just did some laundry. They're Patriots. I got my hats. I got my scarf. I got my scarf right here. As a matter of fact, I can even put my scarf. I got my winter hat. Scully, if you look at my phone, Patriots, everything Patriots. So right now that we're doing well, I just had to give a shout out to my team. And those of you who know me, I'm a diehard Boston sports fan. I've been to Foxborough, see the Patriots. I've been to Boston Garden, see the Bruins, see the Celtics. I've been to Fenway Park to see the Red Sox. I'm just Boston. All right. So again, I just want to say hello to Marie Jean-Pierre Sac-Passé. I want to say welcome tonight. I hope you enjoy watching the show tonight. My show is entitled this evening. It talks about "Tis the Season." Remember the Christmas song? "Tis the season to be jolly." Fa la 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 la. Massa chante. I cannot sing. All right, you all know that. But it's really, really, really important that we talk about the season. So one of the first things we're going to do, we're going to look at markets. All right. So the Dow Jones was up 185.13. The NASDAQ, which is tech stocks, was up 137.75. And the S&P was up 16.74. So a lot of people made a little money in their 401k because they took a beating yesterday. And now they're back up again. The NASDAQ, the Dow Jones is doing well. The NASDAQ's, well, they're close to all-time highs. We're seeing that people's 401ks, took a beating earlier this year with all the foolishness. But now we're seeing that, whether you're in tech stocks, whether you're in, the S&P, whether you're in the Dow, you're doing well. And that's okay. But my clients don't worry about that because my clients don't worry if the market's up or if it's down. Because if it's down, they don't lose a penny. If it's up, they participate in the gains of the market. So my clients sleep like this. When markets are choppy, they sleep like this. They don't worry about it. And that's one of the things I do. I take great pride in that. You see, for those of you who don't understand what I do, I'm a licensed financial pro, and I use life insurance to for three things: income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. Now you might say, what's income protection? Well, if I ask you this question, what's your number one what's your most valuable asset? Some of you are going to say my car, my house. I have a house here, a house there. I have a house in the Caribbean. Um, oh, my bank accounts, my phone. That's not your most valuable asset. Your most valuable asset is your ability to earn an income. Because if you cannot earn an income, you would not have all these houses or cars or bank accounts or stock options, mutual funds, any of that stuff, right? 5 to 9 college savings plans for your kids. You would have none of that stuff because how you were going to fund it, right? However, I'm the guy after you get a job and you have an ability to earn an income, I teach you how to protect it. I want to say good evening to Mr. McDonald Shillingford, man. Good to see you, young man. I was in Boston. I didn't get to see you. I should have reached out. I was so busy, man. But working and seeing people. There's a lot of people in Boston I didn't get to see, but I apologize for that. But as I was saying, it doesn't matter what you own. Your ability to earn an income is your most valuable asset. And if you see American Classic Agency, the company that cares right above me, you see that you see the pyramid. Your foundation solidified? Is it secured? Many people tell me, "Oh yeah, man, I got money in the bank. I got a 401k. I got mutual funds. I got stocks." But listen, I got money in the bank. You do? All right. Let me burst your bubble. I started in the financial services industry as a young banker in Boston, in Cambridge, Harvard Square, back in I started Brookline Savings Bank in 1985. Then I went to Merchants Bank of Boston, right? They had offices in Harvard Square, Roslindale, Gallivan Boulevard, and Adams Street in Dorchester, Acton, Boxborough, Concord, and on Tremont Street, Boston. Then that bank, one of the savings and loans that failed back in the 80s. Bank of Boston took it over. Bank of Boston merged with Fleet, became Bank of New England or whatever, then became Bank of America. So I was there for a while, all right? And what I learned in banking is that when you walk into your bank, even if it's a credit union, I'll tell you the difference in both. The bank, right? You see FDIC on the door. Why do you see FDIC on the door? Federal Depositors Insurance Corporation. And if you go to a credit union, you see like something like NCCIU, something like it's the National Credit Union Association of Insurance, something like that. My point I'm trying to make to you guys is simply this. Even your bank, why does your bank insure? It's money. And who do they insure it with? Other banks? No. If you take all the banks in America and you put them into one, take all the money in all the banks, and you take all the insurance companies together, the insurance companies would swallow the banks. If you take all the banks around the world and you take all the insurance companies around the world, the insurance companies would swallow the banks, because even banks, I don't care if you bank at Santander, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Citizens Bank, Eastern Bank, and there's some banks in Cambridge Savings Bank. I don't care where you bank. All of your banks have what's called BOLI, BOLI, bank-owned life insurance. And the reason why they have BOLI or BOLI, whatever you want to call it, is because they understand it's an asset that don't need to be disclosed. And that's how banks actually compensate all of the executives using BOLI, bank-owned life insurance that nobody can see. They don't have to disclose that asset. So why don't you be like a bank and do the same thing? You think about the big companies, Walmart, Target, Kohl's, all those big companies, they have COLI, corporate owned life insurance, or COLI. Why do they do that? Because it's assets that you can't see. So why don't you, John Doe or Jane Doe, I want to call some of your names, McDonald, Stacy, Delphina, Marie, Peaches, Alvin, and some other people who are watching. Some other of you don't want to say hello because you don't want me to know you're watching. All right. Why can't you do the same things the banks do? You can. Now, I think a lot of people think, well, the banks have billions. Well, you're not a billionaire. Well, some of them have millions. Well, you're not a millionaire. Maybe you're a thousandaire or a hundredaire. I don't care what you are. But whatever it is, do what you can do and protect you. So, for example, when you have an infinite banking concept, cash value in life insurance, no one can see it, not the banks, not your boo, not your side piece, not your wife, not your husband. No, it's yours. It's something that you own. It's an asset. But most people don't understand that, and the wealthy people do it. And tonight, I've talked about this subject before, and I'm going to do it again. And the reason why I have my title is "Tis the Season." Let me give you a tip that some of you guys don't know. I have a client right now in New York who applied for some life insurance. They have life insurance already. And, they have some health challenges. However, I believe they will still get approved. As long as you're not dying, you don't have cancer, AIDS, like a stroke, lupus, brain aneurysms, stuff like that. They're going to insure. And in December, what they do, the best time to apply for life insurance is in December. Because it's end of year. And they want to get it in. They want to get it in. So for those of you who have children, grandchildren, godchildren, whatever y'all want to call them, kids you mentor in your neighborhood, stop buying sneakers and like PlayStation and these things for these kids. I'm not saying they should not have that. What I'm saying, give them the gift that keeps giving, and they can learn those concepts when they become adults. They can pass it to the children as well. I made a post. Let me see if it's still on my WhatsApp. I made a post. I know what it says, but I just want to go somewhere. I'm going somewhere. My post said, put it up so I can say it verbatim. It says, I'll paraphrase. You guys will get the point. My post said, a lot of you overlook ways to create your children to become millionaires. And you ignore life insurance. Every parent, every grandparent, every auntie, some of you don't have children. It's okay. You choose not to. That's your choice. But you're an auntie or you are a godmother. You got your ace boonie, your girl or your boy, meaning dude that you're cool with, and they have kids. Why don't you fund a lifestyle for them for the future? Like today, I looked at my account. They took some money out of my account to fund life insurance. My point is, I can make any child into a millionaire by the time they're my age. I know I don't look it when I'm 61. If a child is born today or was born 2 weeks ago, by the time they're my age, they can be a millionaire. Now, those are concepts I didn't know. I was a banker. I was on the banking side doing retail banking, managing risk and loans and all that foolishness. But now, the stuff that I know now, I want to teach. Why is it? I don't care where you live. I don't care if you live in St. Thomas, if you live in Antigua, Dominica, Canada. There's someone watching right now who's going to be a grandma, and the person know who they are. You know what you guys got to do after that week? That child is 2 weeks old, and that person is watching right now. You know, their son got married, the wife is pregnant. 2 weeks after the child is born, get either a universal life. I prefer an index universal life. They have variable index universal life, but I like an index universal life policy, and start funding it with $50. And then when you guys get raises at work, you increase it. Now you get to control it. Now, when the kid becomes 22 and out of college, if they're responsible, you can pass it over to them. But if they're not responsible, you keep until your demise. They'll pass to them, and then the subsequent owner could be the mother or the father. And some of you have a lot of assets. You own homes, you have bank accounts, you got a whole bunch of money, but a lot of you don't have a living irrevocable trust or revocable trust. Do like the wealthy. You don't have to put billions into it. You don't have billions. You don't have to put millions into it. You don't have millions. You don't put hundreds of thousands. Put what you have, and you get to control it. Create a family trust. You have a husband and wife. And even if you are married, you can still do your own individual trust. And even if you're single people think, well, you know what? I don't need this because I don't have a husband. I don't have children. Hogwash. That's how you can start putting money aside that you can access it. Some of you, there's someone watching right now. I won't tell you who it is. They love to vacation. They're going on a cruise pretty soon. Well, the way you can fund your vacation money is putting it into an index universal life policy and keep funding it there. And then what you do is when you go on your vacation, you charge it onto your credit card so you can get the points, right? Get the points. And then when you come back, you take a loan from your IUL, your index universal life, and you fund and you pay off your credit card. So you didn't pay any interest, and whatever you would be paying your credit card every month, you pay it back to yourself. And the reason why you do that, because you don't interrupt compounding. Let me give you an example. I was explaining that to a client today. I met with a gentleman today, and I was explaining to him how he interrupts compounding. I've said it many times. You have $10,000 in the bank. You take $5,000 to make a capital purchase, a bedroom set or a washer and dryer, and a microwave, whatever, I don't know, all together. And you have $10,000, it costs $5,000, and you take out that $5,000, you only have $5,000 left. The concepts I'm teaching, if you do that, you take $5,000, you still have $10,000 left, and you use OPM, other people's money. And the reason why this person said, well, why would I do that when I could use my own money? I say, yeah, but then when you build back that 5 to 10, you've interrupted compounding. What did Albert Einstein say? Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. You've interrupted compounding. Why would you do that? You don't want to do that. So you use OPM. You done with OPM? Not OPP. OPM? Other people's money. I'll give you a great example. But before the great example, when you use other people's money, you don't use your money. Your money continues to earn uninterrupted compounding interest, whether it's in a fixed, whether it's a whole life, or if it's an IUL. IUL is like an index universal life. The reason why I like them, because it's flexible. You have a hardship, you lost your job, you're in between jobs. If you've accumulated enough cash value, you can cease payments for a while or take it down. You can take it up, or you can keep it level. You can overfund it. Some of you make a lot of money. Dump that money in there. You know what? It's a way that you can legally hide money. It's not laundering money. It's the legal way. The IRS allows you to do that. And the wealthy do it. I probably guarantee you everybody in Congress do it. But they ain't telling you. The banks ain't telling you about BOLI. The corporations are telling you about COLI. Some of you working at Walmart and other places, they probably have life insurance and you don't even know. You probably signed up. When you die, they get the death benefit tax-free. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that for yourself and for your family? So my point is, the reason why I talked about the uninterrupted compounding is because you want to make sure. I'm a big New England Patriots fan. I remember when Mr. Kraft bought the Patriots. He wanted to build a stadium as an area of Boston right off the Southeast Expressway in Dorchester called South Bay. They wanted to build the stadium there. It's developed now. They got a mall, a Home Depot, a whole bunch of buildings and stuff there. And I remember even the Red Sox wanted to build a stadium in the Seaport District. That's right in South Boston. But Fenway Park is kind of like on the National Register of Deeds, an old building. But they wanted to. And I remember Mr. Kraft, but Connecticut was giving him a better deal, tax-wise. You see, wealthy people, they don't build stadiums with their money. Taxpayers do it. And then you got to pay an exorbitant amount of money to go to the games. Because wealthy people, they don't use their money. They use OPM. Your current president, I will not call his name, even through all his bankruptcies, he will still get loans. Because those people, they don't use their money. Why can't you be like the wealthy? Why can't you be like the banks? Why aren't they telling you those things? They're not telling you because they don't want you to know. It's like slavery. They want you to be a slave to them. Check this out. Why can't you be the bank? If you put $10,000 in the bank today, they'll give you 0.25% on your savings account. Unless if you're in a CD, you might get a little more, or a high yield money market account, you get a little more. But guess what? Go back tomorrow and ask for a $10,000 loan. I don't care that you put $10,000 in the bank, an unsecured loan. What interest rate you going to get? What interest rate are you going to get? What interest rate you're going to get, guys? My point is this. It's according to your credit. 5%, 10%. I have a client in New Jersey. I should technically say a former client, undocumented client. And actually, I can insure undocumented people too. As long as you have a Social Security and you are paying taxes, you can secure that as well. This individual had like a car loan that was like 21%. And they had great credit. Predatory loans they were taken advantage of. Because when you don't know your rights, you get taken advantage of. And this individual is no longer with me. Shame on them. But the funny thing, I saw a video today and I shared it with some people. When you don't take my advice and life happens, and that's not the word I want to use. The word I want to use starts with an S, but I'm going to say life happens. Because there's an organization that called Life Happens in my industry. I actually don't feel bad. I can't feel bad for you. Because I told you, like I told my client today, I said to him, when you don't take my advice, I don't hate you. But what I want to do is yell at you, but I can't do that. And they're right, because I'm working for them. But what I'm trying to do is to teach people how to use these concepts, and especially this month, the Tista season, where you're going to be buying gifts and all that stuff. You know what? Give yourself an IUL and you fund it. I can help you. If you know a different country, get something. I don't care where you are. If you're in St. Martin, I know someone who can help you. If you're in Antigua, I know someone who can help you. If you're in Canada, I know someone who can help you. If you are in Dominica, I know someone who can help you. I can help you all in those countries. But if you're in the continental United States of America, I can help you. Wait, Massachusetts, Florida, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Ohio, Texas, Missouri, Minnesota, California, Washington State, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. I'm licensed in all of the states. Folks, knowledge is power, they say. I think it was Sir Francis Bacon, the 16th century philosopher. I disagree. Applied knowledge. If you have the cure for cancer and you never give it to anybody, what good is that knowledge? That's why I'm here educating you all. I can actually share my screen and show you an illustration of how to make a child a millionaire who was born 2 weeks ago by the time they're my age. Some of you are my age and older. You're not a millionaire. Neither am I. You didn't know someone like me back then. But guess what? And I'm not saying you guys are hurting for money. I'm not saying you're not doing well professionally. Everyone who's watching that I know, they have a job. They're doing well. I'm proud of you. But augment what you have. Augment, add to. Another word, add to what you're doing. Some of you telling me, I got a 401k, I got a 403b, I've got a 457, a TSP, which stands for three savings plan. All of these are great. Some of you are overfunding it, which you're throwing money away. Only fund a 401k to the match, whatever they're matching. 3%, that's it. 5%, that's it. And the extra money, you redirect it. We call it take inefficient dollars and make it efficient. Because you're spending money unknowingly and unnecessarily. You're putting money in things that does not. I've said this so many times. You make 75 grand a year. You put $10,000 into a 401k, a 403b, a 457, or a TSP. Your AGI, adjusted gross income, is $10,000. I'm sorry, $65,000. You put $10,000 there. So your AGI, your adjusted gross income, is $65,000. So you said, I save on taxes. No, you didn't. You paid taxes on $65,000 and you postpone taxes in the future. That $10,000 plus all the earnings you're going to accumulate. What if you're in a bear market or bull market? I mean, what I'm trying to say to you is simply this, folks. Don't people back in the day used to have a savings account, a retirement account at the bank, there's even a vacation account? No, don't save money. Only use your checking account to pay bills. Don't save money there. Don't. Stop doing it if you're doing it. And let me show you. The reason I can't show you, some of you, I know your ages and I know your date of birth. Some of you are watching. If I put it in there, I put your name in there, people know your business. You know, get with me. There is someone right now. As soon as I'm finished with this, I was in Boston for like 10 days almost. And it's like an 8-9 hour drive home. It took like 13 hours because of traffic, Thanksgiving, everybody going home. But I am so tired tonight. But right after this show, I'm going to do an illustration for someone. I don't know if they're watching. Actually, I'm going to send them the link. They're in Bermuda. I'm going to send them the link of Tuesdays with Terrence and see if they will watch. And because I told them I owe them an illustration. I want to show them what they can do, with their spouse. So my point I'm trying to say to you guys is this, folks. This holiday season, you got children, you got young children, give them what you didn't have. Our parents did the best they could. My mother died in 2013 and my dad died in 2020. And they did the best they could. I don't hate them for nothing. The only time I was mad at them is when they gave me, Caribbean parents like to give licks. I deserved almost every one of them. Not almost all of them, because I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a mischievous kid, and didn't do my chores, sneak out of the church and go play soccer, you know, stuff like that. But what I'm saying to you is there. So what you do is now you have a daughter, you have a son, you have kids, and you're not. Listen to me, folks. I would never call out people of what I see them doing. There are some people I know their lifestyle. There's some people watching right now. I know how much they make annually, but I know that they're also taking care of what they're supposed to do, just in case if something happens. Like I said, a pyramid has a base. Any financial plan that doesn't have an insurance foundation is flawed. It's flawed. Your banks have FDIC. Your companies insure. You insure your phone, you insure your car, you insure your house, your bike, your boat, but you don't insure. You say, oh, I got it on the job. Come on, man, you're renting that bad boy. You're renting that. And when you retire, you go work for 30, 40 years for a corporation. And when you retire, yeah, you will pay minimal amounts for premiums, but you didn't die. Or if you got sick on the job, it didn't pay you. Talking about that policy you were paying for, because there's no living benefits in it. So why don't you put something in place while you're working to augment, to supplement, to add to what you currently have, so that when you retire, you can be a baller shot caller. I was talking to someone today, and I was telling them, one of my clients, he's retired. He's about 70 and a half. And I said to him, I'm not taking Social Security until I'm 70 years old. Some people take it 62, 65, 67. Why? I'm not lifting any load. As long as my mind is sharp, I'm going to be doing this job till, I have a client who called me yesterday. Actually, I was supposed to call her today. I did not call her tomorrow. She was supposed to call me today, but I call her tomorrow. She says, she's about 73, 74, 75. She says, Terrence, don't go anywhere. Don't die on me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I said, well, I don't control that, but I'm going to be here. As long as I'm here, I'm going to educate. I'm going to pontificate. I'm going to teach. I'm going to show you what you can do. So some people says, you should show more. Why? If you're not willing to spend half an hour with me in a Zoom or 45 minutes, you watch Netflix and chill with a dude you don't like or a chick you don't like. You go to movies on a date for an hour or two to go watch a movie, someone you don't even know if you're going to like. You go to dinner, someone take you to dinner, and you spend 2 hours talking, and after the date, you're like, this person sucks. I don't ever want to see him again. But you won't spend 45 minutes to an hour or less with me to plan your financial future, to make sure you have certain things in place. And you're trying to tell me, they say most people in America, the average American, will spend more time planning a vacation than they do financial literacy. I had a great appointment on Sunday up in Massachusetts with a dentist. We were showing her some concepts of how to become a bank and how to eliminate her debt. And she said to us, wow, that's a lot of information you're asking. Well, the reason why I'm asking this information, and she's correct, is because you have young kids. I want to make sure, God forbid something happens to you, your kids are set. I know people where life has happened. I have multiple friends who've suffered strokes before they were 50. I know people, one of the things I don't do, and someone tell me not to say that anymore, but I'm going to rephrase it differently, because I promised them I'm not going to say it in 2026, but I'm going to rephrase it differently. I'm learning slowly but surely. So this is how I'm going to rephrase it. There is no reason in 2025 that any Black person should be using a GoFundMe for burial for family members, or a GoFundMe for health, someone suffered a stroke or a heart attack or cancer because they need. If you're healthy now, you can put something in place. And for example, you can have living benefits. that you can access while you're alive. But no, some of us don't want to do that. We want to ride the wave like a cavalier, real cavalier. And when life happens, we come running to family and friends to bail us out. And that's not fair. That's very selfish. It's disrespectful. So when I get those things in my inbox, it disgusts me. And I don't care if your kid is young, in their 20s or 30s, and you're older, you can't tell them what to do, but you say, you know what, this guy said, if you start doing this, you can do this. Send them this video. And they will say, but I want to see examples. You know what you do? You see his numbers scrolling right there? His numbers scrolling, right? Let me go up there. I just noticed I have the wrong banner. This is the banner that should be showing tonight. Sorry. This is the banner that should be scrolling. I just realized that. My apologies. His number is showing, scrolling up there. Right? Call him. Go on his website. See what he does. Understand that you can use life insurance not for 10,000 and 5,000 and for cremation. You want to do it for legacy creation. 'Tis the season to be like the wealthy people. The wealthy people are dumping. My gosh. People go to New York City and they go, oh, I love Rockefeller Center. Well, the Rockefellers will never run out of money because they're doing what you refuse to do. You refuse to do your research. You refuse to allow someone to educate you, and you refuse to tell your children. But some of you don't want to tell your children, and some of you, I better be nice. Some of you claim you love your kids and your nieces and your nephews and your cousins, yet you refuse to teach them financial literacy or tell them about the things that I talk about. What kind of love is that? You see, some people have no clue about this, zero clue. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I don't even care about people who don't know about this stuff because I don't blame anybody for what you don't know. But you have young kids, stop putting something aside. I just saw several people post a young lady passed on the Commonwealth of Dominica. I'm thinking in my mind, did that young lady have children? Did that young lady have life insurance? Folks, don't think about life insurance for something that somebody gets when you die. Think of it as something you can access while you're alive to live in benefits. Think of it as something you can use for a bank. You can use it for vacation, college planning. You can use it for to purchase a vehicle, a home, eliminate debt, student loans, credit cards, mortgages, equity line of credits, personal loans. There's a plethora of things it can be used for, and I can show you. But guess what? Sometimes, listen, man, I love what I do. I just, on my page, I posted recently in October, I was the #1 producer for my agency, American Classic Agency. I take great pride in that. Not because I was the #1 producer, but I help families. And there's a lot of people who watch my show who have 401ks, 403bs, 457s at old jobs. I can help you. Today, one of my clients, just some money came in through a 1035 exchange from a policy that they had that we're going to put into something for them for the future. I take great pride in educating. But guess what? What I'm not going to do, I heard this comedian say, what I'm not going to do is feel guilty. You're not going to make me feel guilty for your lack of planning. You're not going to do that. And what you're not going to do is you're not going to send GoFundMes to me. You can say it to other people who don't do what I do, but not to Havis, Terrence, Bardui, Pala. Mm-mm. Like I say, Dominica, Weste la. Papi show. I'm not a fool. Listen, folks, you people are way smarter than me. I say it all the time. You're way smarter than me. I'm just better looking than you guys. That's what I tell all my clients to make them laugh. But my point is, I have knowledge that I can impart on you and teach you. I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even in your 70s. But you got to take the advice. You gotta. And if you don't take the advice, you know, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. Why won't you take the advice? Why won't you let me show you? Why don't you let me create an illustration for you? It doesn't take long. I value my clients in all the states. I have clients where, let me tell you where I have clients in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. I don't have any clients in DC. There was a client in DC as well. In Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Louisiana, Alabama. I had clients in Missouri, Washington State, Minnesota, Texas. But guess what? It doesn't matter where you reside. What matters is that you change the trajectory of your thinking. So you have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. I can show you. And some of you, sometimes, this is what I don't understand about people. I would take my challenge. If some of you do, if there was someone on social media that I follow, that I'm friends with, and they're talking about something that can benefit me really, really well, I'll take their freaking challenge. Show me. I'm under no obligation to do anything. I want to see what you mean. I want to see it. So the ball is in your court, folks, to make sure that you give your children what you didn't have, what your parents couldn't do because they didn't know. What you didn't know yesterday doesn't matter. Tomorrow's not promised. You only have today. And if you have today, in my business, we tell people the best time to have started was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not when I pay the IRS or pay off my credit cards or my... No. Start today. Let's show you. I want to show you, some of you are spending money inefficiently, unknowingly. I want to show you how to change it. You know what? You're going to have to cut back something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. My cutback might have to be bread. See that big belly of mine? But on a serious note, guys, I believe you guys can do whatever you want to do. But give your children a head start. I can make any child. As a matter of fact, I can make any person, if they fund it properly, in from 2 weeks to in their 30s, they can have millionaire status by the time they're my age, if they fund it right. Because you're spending $200 on sneakers, your phone bill is like arm and a leg. Those what you don't even have stock. You have stock in Verizon or iPhone. Let's start funding something to protect you, and I can protect your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. I can show you how to do it. I'm talking about to my people in the continental United States. If you're not in the United States, hit me up and I'll put you in touch with somebody who can show you something you can do for your children. But the key is that I love people who are willing to learn, those who want to know more. But guess what? Like they say in Dominica, stay la. If you just stay there, you're not going to improve yourself. So let me show you how you can improve yourself. It's 8 o'clock. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. I want to thank each and every one of you who watched or tuned in tonight. A whole heap, like the Jamaicans say, a whole heap of uno tune in tonight. June Bardui, my sister, June Bardui and Sam, she watched tonight. She feed me real well on Thanksgiving. I still have all my bakes in my sorrel, in the fridge to eat. Miss Matthew, all the way in Dominica, how are you? Mr. McDonald, Boston. Stacy Thomas, St. Martin. Good to see you tonight. Delphine Leblanc, Ottawa, Canada. Marie Jean-Pierre, merci en pile, Doudou. Merci. Thank you for tuning in. Marie, we're going to talk. As a matter of fact, Marie, she's a licensed insurance person as well. I'm going to try to recruit her. She already told that. We'll talk. But the key here, folks, is making sure you protect yourself, but make sure you take care of your children. Give them that status. Delphine Leblanc, sac passé, sac à fête. You know, Delphine, you're going to be a grandma. Make sure you do that for your grandchild. Who else watching? Charles Robinson, what's up, bro? Peach Goodwill, Alvin Vasa, and everybody else who's watching. Those of you incognito, undercover, let me help you, man. Let me help you. All right? And what I'm going to do as soon as I get off this live, I am going to create an IUL, an Index Universal Life, for someone out of the country who has living status here, citizenship here, and is here. But I'm going to show them how they can actually change the trajectory of what they're doing right now. And then I can show them how to augment it, how to overfund it. Like I was telling this guy today, I just showed him how much cash value he had. But if he was putting that money that I told him before, he's doing something different. Never take your money and pay extra on a loan or a mortgage. That's foolishness. Let me help you to eliminate that debt or put that money somewhere where you're paying yourself. All of you are paying everybody. Verizon, what was the light company? It used to be Boston Edison. It's something else. Boston Gas. You paid Dominion. You paid everybody. The phone guy, the car guy, the mortgage guy. You're paying everybody, but you ain't paying yourself. You ain't paying yourself. Yeah, I'm doing a 401k. Yeah, but guess what? You're going to pay taxes on the money down the road. You have $1 million in your 401k? No, you don't. What tax bracket you in? 28%, 35%? Up to 40% of that could belong to Uncle Sam. So let me show you how I got a Roth IRA. You do? Let me show you how to do a Roth IRA on steroids. On steroids. If you got a Roth IRA on steroids, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You got a Roth IRA on steroids? Guess what? You can put more than what the limitations are, what the government say you can put in. Some of you are very high income earners. Some of you are limited. But do what you can do. Do what you can do. Again, the show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. If you're from Dominica, you say Mr. Badwill. If you're from Point Michel, a.k.a. La Pointe, a.k.a. St. Luke's Parish, you call me Luke Boy. That's for little boy. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. Dominica, a.k.a. Whitey Kubuli, a.k.a. Tall as a Body. That's where I'm from. But most of my life was spent in Massachusetts. And now the South is where I reside and where it sustains me. And I keep teaching these concepts to people for their families. Let us make your children millionaires by the time they reach my age of 61. I know I don't look it. I keep the gray so I can look distinguished for my clients. But guys, on a serious note, let's see what we can do for you. Forget about everybody else. Stop trying to take care of your cousins and your brother and your sister and your uncle. Take care of you first. What do they tell you on the plane? Put your stuff on and then you put on your kids or whomever. Let's take care of you, then you can take care of everybody else. Tuesdays with Terrence. Every Tuesday at 6, not 6, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I know some of you in the Caribbean, it's late. You got to get to work. Stacy, thank you for tuning in. Miss Matthew, thank you for tuning in. It's late in Dominica. It's late in St. Martin because you guys are an hour ahead of us. Anybody else watching in the Caribbean, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who feel like sharing this live, you could. Those of you who don't feel inclined, you don't have to. If you don't want to share it, you can like it. You don't have to like it either. But I just want to thank you for your time. Marie Jean-Pierre, merci à pile. Nous allons parler de nous. Good night, everybody. Let's play our theme song as we close for the night. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. I take great pride in this song because I wrote the song, so I take great pride in it. So I'm telling you guys on a serious note, make sure that you protect your children, your grandchildren, all of that good stuff. Make sure you do that. All right. Dominica made me. That's where it all began. You ready? Here we go. Turn it off for you guys. There we go. Let's go, man. What's wrong? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with my speaker?
Battery, medium.
There we go. The battery. Come on. Let's go, man. Our theme song as we close.
Virus alert scammer.
Yeah, as we close. I don't know what's going on. It's not working for me tonight. Do I have to sing it for those people? You don't want me to work tonight?
Battery,
what's going on? The roots of my rise? You don't want me to... I can't play my theme song as I close. Well, guess what? I always have a backup. I might play my old theme song for you guys where my sister was singing. But let's go back and try it again. Sometimes you have technical difficulties. It's part of life. I tell everybody I'm not just the advisor. I'm the DJ. I'm the producer. I'm the director. I'm the custodian. I'm the this, I'm the that, I'm the everything, and I take great pride in all of it. So I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. For those of you who want to know more about what I talk about, you have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, you want to make them a millionaire, let me show you how to do it using cash value life insurance. I can teach you how to do it, and they can access the money tax-free. All right? But if you have to allow me to show you how to do that. All right? Good night, everybody. Like and share. Hasta la vista.
Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Good night, everybody. God bless you. Like and share.
On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Ow! Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace. A community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Good night, everybody. God bless you. Hasta la vista, babies. I'm out.